Rightio guys, we're here with the new GSL 79 series.
Yep, so we've done a heap of other people's cars, tuning, performance-wise, from Patriots to the Kraken to
off-road images,
Black Knight,
Carlisle Rogers car. We've done a heap of builds, Shauno's as well. We get some proper cool Land Cruisers coming through the shop, so we figured it's time to do our own. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a pretty wicked build.
We thought while we were at it, we could do pretty much from basic, from the start. So we're going to go standard exhaust with just a Remap.
Yep. With this package, we do this one a lot. This is sort of something that we do day in and day out.
It's the bread and butter.
It is. So what I'll do is I'll lift the boost up to about 18 pound. Standard they're about 10. They vary a fair bit. I'll lift it to about 18 and I'll work on getting standard air fuel ratio. So obviously I do this because they have a DPF in place and no one wants DPF issues.
Nobody does.
The fact that there's a DPF on there is an issue, so I don't want to highlight that point any more than that. So
yeah, you can only take them so far before they fail and they lose longevity, which why you buy a Toyota, really.
That's right, for longevity.
So we don't want to pitch that out the window. Doesn't matter what product we put on the car, we don't like getting rid of that.
No. So that's what we're going to work on with this thing, but it's going to be pretty wicked, guys. This thing's getting a fresh coat of paint straight up, and we're also going a lot of billet gear, so billet inlet manifold. We will be putting the new airbox on with a new intake with a top mount turbo setup, so it's going to be pretty wicked.
Batteries, all of the gear that you see right here, right now is not going to be there.
We'll be going in auto in it as well, and not your 6-speed, we'll be going the 4-speed 4L80. Basically, because of power reasons, we don't want any issues or anything letting us down when we go away. So.
That's right, so fresh interior in it, all the seats are getting done, stereo, top to bottom on the inside as well too.
Yep, so it should be good, guys.
So we thought we'd start with the base run.
Yep, so we'll get a base on it and then go from there.
Yep.
Sounds good.
It does. Let's
make it happen. We're just about to do our base run, but before I do our base run, I'll just go through how to read a dyno. Some people don't know how to read them. Basically, everything you can see on the left-hand side of the page, in this case it's power, and on the right-hand side it's torque. So the right-hand side will always have like a dotted line, whereas your left-hand side is always a straight line. And obviously those sides can change, whether it's boost or air fuels or whatever you want to display. So yeah, but anyway, we'll bang this thing out and see what you can do.
So what you're going to see is Scotty bring it up to the starting speed.
The starting speed, which I've put on there, I've gone 40 kilometres an hour. So the reason I've done this is to show you guys, obviously, the down low of the standard turbo. So I've just got a steady state of 2 seconds, which is all a VNT should need, and a ramp rate of 70 because, well, that's pretty common.
Gives it enough time to load up and do its thing.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see what the big girl's got. Let's see if I've got a dud or a cracker.
I'm guessing a dud.
We're going to make it a cracker either way, eh?
It doesn't have a choice.
We're going to jam fuel down its guts till it does what it's told.
So there you go, 40 kilometres an hour starting. So roughly starting out at about 320 newton meters. You see it climbing there.
Oh, it's off the graft!
All the way out. Alright,
140, that's not bad.
That's pretty
good.
I'd say that's a cracker.
That's pretty good, man.
Generally your normal cruise will go around the 105 kilowatts.
This thing's got like 24 kilometres on it, so she's a pretty tight motor. As I said before, guys, the dotted line refers to the right-hand side of the page, and the straight line refers to the left-hand side of the page. So yeah, that'll obviously help you guys out when we go through the different builds, and you can see what power it makes with different upgrades.
So yeah, guys, we'll jump out and we'll go through with you how to go through the graph. Go from there.
Yeah, see where she goes. So right now we've got power and we've got air fuels. So this is obviously the air fuel ratio that the car's running standard. I'm going to try and keep it as close as possible to that, so we don't block up the DPF. And to do that, I'm going to lift the boost up to around about the 18 pound mark and try to keep the air fuels the same, and obviously RPM down the bottom. But 114 for the first run, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
All right, let's do it. Alright, so I thought I'd run through this while Scotty's dialing the tune in right now, making adjustments. So run you through what AFR's, a little bit of tuning, a little bit of knowledge on what you change and what you look for while you're tuning, is this little spike here. So you see the power drops off, because we learnt before that the straight line is the left-hand side of the page, dotted lines are the right-hand side of the page. So the AFRs lean out, and so the power drops off. So everywhere you can see the fuel coming out, the power drops off. So we'll add a bit more fuel in these spots, and you'll see this power curve flatten off a little bit. You'll also see it start a little bit earlier because Scotty's about to raise the boost, so more boost there. Their standard Toyota ECU will actually add fuel by itself when it sees extra boost. So you'll see a better start, and hopefully a little bit flatter power curve as well too from the high boost. But anyway, we'll load that one in and go from there. Take the opportunity, you just saw me wet the intercooler down. There's been a little bit of misconception on the internet that I'll clear up while we're at it. Probably do that all the way through this series, because there's a lot of stuff that you see on the internet that just ain't true. So a lot of people will say that a lot of performance companies will actually wet the intercooler down for you to get extra power. Yes, you do get extra power. More to the point, it's doing it because it's more dense. So if you were going through a rain, or you're going through a cold, or it's winter, you will still have that same power. The reason why we do it is because it rips fuel out. There's a sensor I'm showing you right now that rips fuel out. That's its job, to make sure that the intercooler is doing its job, and it pulls fuel out if it gets too hot, if the air gets too hot. So when we tune, we make sure that the intercooler is cold, so we know exactly how much fuel we're adding, rather than it pulling fuel out as we're tuning. So it's very important to have the intercooler as cold as you can, so you know exactly how much fuel it's going to put in when it is cold.
So that way, when you guys get home and you get it in the morning and everything's nice and cold, you're not rolling coal.
I did see somebody talking about, actually a shop, talking about you cheated if you see your tuner do that.
Yeah.
If you saw that same video, do not take your car there.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But we don't need to lie about power figures, so.
Rightio. All right, we'll see how this file goes. Scotty's altered.
I'm getting pretty hungry.
And the dogs are getting pretty tired.
Sooty's there sleeping.
He's already sleeping.
And I'm due for a beer, so.
I'm due for two.
Anyway, kicker in the guts, let's get it done.
Right.
Well, we're back. It's cold.
Freezing.
If anyone missed the live view, there's a little bit of rubber left on Sooty's tail.
Show him. Oh, there it is. A little bit of rubber.
We had to scrub the floors like, what, 5 times?
It's still stuck on the floor. I can't get rid of it.
There's little bits of rubber everywhere. So those are stock 1VDJ tyres, the Land Cruiser tyres. There's some soft rubber.
It's got some good sticky stuff in there.
It's got some good sticky stuff.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of fun. But the fun's over, and we're standing here in the cold, so we might as well get into it.
Finish off the tune, and this will be the end of this upgrade.
Yep. And then on to bigger and better things.
Bigger DPFs, which is stage 2, and then from that point we'll run into other mods.
We'll start to go into town on the big girls, so it's getting pretty exciting because I want to start the build, and yeah, just to sort of hold me out.
Well, love you to hold me up.
Love shoots hold me up as well, but
It won't be
a few
that.
things holding me up right now.
Won't be boring to drive that one.
No, should be good.
Right, let's
Get into it.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to that fan going on.
Shot not with the fan.
You know what'd be really good right now? The snap-on glove.
Take your gloves, you bitch. Hey boss, he's a bitch, isn't he?
He's a bitch. I'm looking for my spanners.
Don't be ruining that new mic, mate.
Oh, I need the 11 mil. Is there another spanner down there?
I don't know what you did with it.
I'm gonna hold the hats anyway. He's a boss.
Don't be patting yourself, mate. He's coming in for a pat. What'd you do with it?
I don't know.
Not out here.
It's the 10. It's definitely not back.
Check your pockets, Brusky. What do you want it for?
Well, mainly just to tighten it up so it doesn't see him.
It's in your pocket, you dickhead. You done that?
Grab my phone out, don't want to run over it.
Did you plug it in? You haven't plugged it in. Would have been a pretty shit reading. Rightio, so we've finished her off. Pretty stoked with the gains we've got. This is our fuels, obviously. So we've started it off nice and lean. Now the reason we do this is because this is a bit of a problem area for the DPF because the turbo doesn't spill as well down low. So basically we keep it clean till the turbo comes in, and then we try to mimic standard the best we can. And I have dipped it in a little bit hotter at the peak to give you your peak, because your boost falls over in the top RPM with your VNT system. It's just the nature of the beast. We try to counteract it by putting a little bit more fuel in there so your power curve's nice and round, which gives you our torque. So as you can see, the boost is obviously, our torque hasn't got quite as much increase as it does at the start. So that's looking pretty good. 580 Newton meters at the wheels from 380 odd. Good 200 Newton meter gain.
Yeah, that's pretty solid effort out of the standard OEM DPF, so we'll move to the much bigger one.
It's not high flow, it's just bigger.
Yeah, it's just a bigger DPF.
So yeah, we'll move on to that, stage 2 of the build, and we'll do a video on that for you as well.
No, but good gains. I mean, you can see around the 2,000 RPM where everybody uses their car, go from 80 kilowatts to 120.
Yeah. So what you were making at your 31, 3200 mark, you're making back at nearly 1800 revs.
Yeah, I think too many people focus on the peak kilowatt, which is what you see in the top right hand corner there. But you're realistically only looking at, what, 3100 revs.
Yeah.
Your bigger gain in kilowatts is actually where you use it.
In the mid, that's right.
Where you want it.
Well, it comes down to turbo sizing, really is where you're chasing your power gains. So
exactly.
If you put a big turbo on there, you want to see a peak power gain. If you're running your standard bopper, you're going to want it in that driving area because that's
or even towing turbos, that's where you want them. You want it around the 2,000 RPM. Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, on to stage 2.
On to stage 2. Let's
remove the OEM DPF.
We'll do a bit of testing first, and then we'll rip her off and get the bigger one on.
Gather a bit of data. Data's king.
Data is king.
All right. Yeah. All done.
Smashed her out.
We'll go to the bigger DPF in the next video.
Yep.
Or the next time you see us.
Yeah.
Remember to subscribe.
Yep. Hit the like and turn on notifications.
That way you don't miss anything.
We're new to this, so we're trying to get it all.
We learn off of others.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Remember, petrol suck. It's a good sign off. You.